Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the very first virtual SharkCon. We couldn't do it live this year, so we decided to do the next best thing. The great news is we've got some people that we probably couldn't have gotten otherwise. One of those people is our main speaker tonight and the host of this panel on his new project, Sea Monster Cove, and his name is Steve Alten. And he is joined by the director of the web series, Maxim Janolin. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Good. And the founder of the Living Sharks Museum, Keith Cowley, who's also involved in the project. Hi, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi,
How
everyone.
you doing, Spencer? Good job putting this together.
I hope so. I think it'll be good, and I think everybody will enjoy it. This is kind of neat to have everybody on here. So one thing before we get started real quick, just for all the attendees, if you look in the bottom, there's a little thing that looks like a chat box. It says Q&A. That is where you'll ask your questions. When we get to the Q&A portion, what we'll do, you'll type your question in Q&A, and then what I can do is I can actually pot you up so you can ask either Steve or Maxim or Keith your question live, and then they can actually hear your voice and you can interact. So with that, everything else should be a go, and I will hand it over to the three gentlemen to talk about their project about Sea Monster Cove.
All right, well, I'll step in and take the lead here since it's probably originated from me. Thank you guys for joining us, first of all. For the last 25 years, I've been immersed in novel writing. I've written 18 published novels and about a dozen screenplays, including the Meg series about Carcharodon Megalodon, the 70-foot prehistoric great white shark, which they made into a movie a couple years ago, as I'm sure most of you know. This new project is something that it's a different universe. It's still the giant sea creatures and giant sharks, prehistoric sharks, but it's something that I came up with back in December, and I'm as excited about this new project as I am about the Meg movie. To give you an idea what it's about, it's not going to be a novel. It's actually going to be a number of different things that contribute to a different type of entertainment site. And it's all surrounding this story that I came up with months ago that we've been adding a lot of talent to. Because I wasn't interested in writing another novel. I was interested in a different kind of project, something that would be sort of not just a different type of entertainment, but something that would really grab a hold of the sea monster and giant shark fans out there. So what we have is basically a TV series about the story. We have a theme park, a virtual theme park, where you can actually visit the monsters in the story. We're developing a video game. We've got an educational site that Keith heads up. And Max is in France right now shooting the original web TV show. So we're all excited about these things. And everything's basically going to be on one website, SeaMonsterCove.com, and you'll be able to go there on August 21st and join up. It's only $9.95 to join, and it includes everything. But one of the most exciting things is that you get to visit the aquarium, the sea monsters in the aquarium. And before I show you a little bit of one of the visits, let me give you a little bit of a short summary of the new storyline. And I'll just read right from my computer here on my log line. While in the Northern Marianas on assignment, marine biologist Dr. Max Rostan performs an emergency C-section on what he believes is a pregnant basking shark caught in the net of a Chinese fishing trawler, only to discover a new species, a 60-foot prehistoric Mako, that they call Carcharodon. Keith, I'm going to let you take that one.
Carcharodon or Carcharodon daemonium.
Thank you, Keith. Which is a 60-foot prehistoric Mako. So they, Max, who plays Dr. Max Rostan, performs an emergency C-section on this dead pregnant shark. And there's 15 pups, only 4 of them survive, and only 2 of the 4 make it back to the ocean okay, which they keep in the cove at this island called Maug Island. And Dr. Rostan and his companions have a choice. They realized that this is a prehistoric species that can impregnate, they basically can fertilize its own eggs, like a lot of sharks can do these days. So faced with the choice of either killing these 2 pups they rescued or introducing a new apex predator to the ocean, Dr. Rostan decides they're going to raise the sharks themselves for as long as they can until they can afford to build some aquariums. So that is the basis of this entire project called Sea Monster Cove. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek here at a couple of the trailers. 1 second here. All right, share screen. Hopefully this works. What do I have to do to share the screen here?
So there should be a green button right on your bottom tab that says share screen.
Right, I clicked that. Host
And
disable.
then hold on.
I think you got to undisable it.
Okay, I'm doing that now. Okay, it should be good to go now.
We're looking at, okay, there we go. Let me see if this works here. So one of the exciting things is we're working with some amazing actors and directors in France. We're working with some incredible animators from who have done a lot of shark stuff over the years. They work with major studios and they're working with us. So we have actually motion picture worthy animation on a web TV show. But this first thing I'm going to show you is one of the actual visits. So when you come to Sea Monster Cove, you get to visit the creatures. And this is not a complete experience, this is just a teaser. So it's going to be a lot better than this. Now there's no sound to this, but this gives you an idea of what the tank looks like. Now this is going to change a little bit. This center corridor in the tank is not going to be there. Instead, we decided to lower the visitors down in a small pod and basically offer you as bait to the creatures. So this is a Dunkleosteus. Did I say that right, Keith?
Pretty close.
How about dunk? We'll call it the dunk.
We love to call it the dunk.
But you can see the animation here. It's amazing. Top of the line stuff. And the final version we put together is going to be even better. Let me show you one more since we've got it queued up here. This is a little bit raw. It's not colorized, obviously, but this is the top of the sphere where the trainers have their quarters.
Steve, I think nobody's seeing your screen right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have technical difficulties, you mean?
Hopefully not too
Some
long.
people, wrote it in the chat. So.
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah, now we can see it. Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, Max. So this is, like I said, this is the top of the sphere. The lab's on top of it, but this is just raw stuff, not colorized, not finished. Just an idea of what it. Give you one more look at that. So there are 6 spheres in Sea Monster Cove in this type of facility, and just to give you a quick idea, you see what else we got here. Pull one more up. Let's show Max's trailer. So this is, you'll hear Max here playing part of Dr. Rostan, introducing one of the pups that was saved, Snowflake, which is an albino prehistoric Mako.
My name is Dr. Max Russ. I specialize in marine neurobiology. Some years ago, I made a discovery that changed my life forever. I don't think anyone measures comfortable about life had that.
So if you go to seamonstercove.com, you'll see a whole page. It's got a couple of trailers on there, but it's also got a place that you can put your email address. Definitely want to fill that out because you'll be eligible to get a VIP membership when we open up, which is the least expensive of all the memberships, and it comes with the most things. And so just put your email on that. And on August 21st at 12 p.m. on the East Coast, we are open for business.
Hey, Steve, a couple of people asked if we could see that first one again, the one that we missed.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Let me just now, of course, it's going to be a lot better with sound and the water noises, but once we lower the visitor down in a small pod, that's when the action picks up because you're invading their space now, and they are aware of you. So unlike in a regular aquarium where there's fish just swim around in circles all day and don't react to any of the visitors, once you're in their tank, they're going to react to you. They know you're there. And you also have 360-degree control. We're going to give you a control panel that you can look at whatever you want to look at. So it's an interactive type of visit. Let me cue one more up here. Well, this is a teaser. This is our dunk exhibit.
Staff and trainers at Sea Monster Cove. I'm proud to introduce you to Barkley.
So for everyone who thought the turtle was Barkley, pleasant dreams. Now this is a sneak peek at one of the other sharks. We have an albino and a black demon shark that is also bioluminescent. You want to see that one again, Spencer, or go on to the next one?
I think we can go on to the next one.
Sounds good. I think I've got just one more left here. So this is just another example of the 3D animation that we have working with us. The island is sitting over an old caldera, a volcano that erupted 5 million years ago. And this is all true. The island actually exists. It's called Maug Island in the Northern Marianas. And so for power, what our crew did was they designed a geothermal plant on a rig. So this is a quick look at that. Then there's no sound for this one. But what's neat about these is that this control here controls what you're looking at. So you can look at all directions. You control the animation. And that should do it. But we're sometime this week we're going to be launching a brand new trailer to Where Sea Monsters Rove, the web TV series that Max is shooting right now and starring in. And it's an amazing trailer. So by all means, enter your email address in there so we can give you an update. And check back in a couple days at the website whole page, and you should be able to see the new trailer.
That looks pretty amazing.
And we'll turn the control to the camera back to you. There you go. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, great. So I will turn it over to my two colleagues here. Spencer, it's your show.
All right. Well, let's start. Let's talk with Maxim and see what his thoughts are and what his ideas were putting the web series together.
Yeah, I think we have a huge potential because it's an entirely new universe, and this time here we can go on a very serious and adult how do you say atmosphere. A thing that is really important for me because I really think that a lot of time right now sharks movies are how do you say, they are not often taken seriously, and here we have the potential to have a real beautiful universe with a scientific accuracy with Keith. We worked, for example, on a beautiful tooth of the Carcarclus demonium, and we will have how do you say, Keith is incredible also for all the little details that would create this species alive, and we will do that for all the other species. Steve is also incredible for all the details about submarines, depth, and underwater tensions. So I think put together, I hope we will have a very entertaining TV series with, of course, sharks, sea monsters, and also why not a love story in it, and yeah, and badass characters. Yeah. So Keith, if you want to say something.
It's an amazing project because there's so much integration going on. As a viewer, as an audience member, you get to not only watch the series itself in live action, but you get to partake in it in a way through the interactability of the website itself, especially since it's a 360-degree experience. Really exciting opportunity there. I don't think Steve ever really dreamed of something like this 20 years ago. Steve is amazing. His depth of knowledge, like Max was saying, he's been doing this a very, very long time. And we're excited to be able to bring some of the scientific continuity to it on top of his own knowledge, working with some creatures he hasn't really worked with in the past. So you're going to get to see some things that people have never seen before, including Carcarclus demonium, which is a new species that we have evolved, we'll say. And I'll just speak a little bit about what we're calling the demon Mako shark. This shark is actually based loosely on legend, and you'll read that whether it's on our IMDb page, in our description there, you hear the demon Mako mentioned, or the black demon, I should say. And this is based on Demonio Negro, which was a cryptid creature. So actually it's known in literature since like the late 1500s. From Mayan culture, it was even referenced. So this is a cryptid creature that's been around for a long, long time and really hasn't seen the light of day on the screen, on the big screen, or our little screens. So it's cool to be able to bring some life into that. the scientific name that we've given it is also a play on some of the current science. Obviously, everyone knows Megalodon. When we think prehistoric shark, we think Megalodon. But a lot of folks don't know that in the scientific community, Megalodon is actually highly debated on which lineage line it falls into. So we thought it would be kind of fun to play with that a little bit. And instead of leaning on the always reliable white shark, we would lean in the direction of the Mako. Since Makos are starting to disappear from our planet, unfortunately, due to overfishing, they're starting to get some exposure in the world right now. And some of our largest Makos are becoming really hard to find. We call those the grander Makos. They said, let's give some Makos some spotlight, and we'll make this black demon a black demon Mako shark. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you to see what that shark might look like. And we've done a lot of detail work, as Max was saying, to make sure that it has some potential scientific accuracy, yet still thrills you in the way that you want it to.
Wow. It sounds like you guys have really put together something. We have one of our attendees that would like to ask a question. Jessica Sarah, are you there? Hello?
I don't affect my audio.
We can hear you. Sorry, I lost you. Jessica, are you still there? I
I don't
apologize.
know how to connect my mic, she says.
Oh,
Wait.
no.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Jessica. So I saw you had a question. Is that question for Steve?
It can be for anybody.
Okay.
You kind of answered the first part of it. What was the purpose of the site? I think it's a really cool idea to bring some light to the prehistoric shark world. But I also was curious, how are the sharks going to be portrayed? Especially that demon shark. It looks kind of scary, and I know we don't always want to give a scary name to sharks to help with their conservation.
Yes. I love this question. I was hoping somebody would ask this. Actually, we're doing quite a bit of work on this project to make sure that our animals are well represented and treated fairly, even in the aquarium environment. So we'll definitely be talking a lot about conservation methods. And they are trying to save these creatures as well, so we're doing everything we can.
Yeah, and the Dr. Rustin is an environmental activist, so he will have like you say a dichotomia between maybe the captivity inside the park. So we're going to talk about a lot of different issues, and also the thing that maybe the sharks are not the real monsters on this island.
Yeah, the two surviving pups, Snowflake and Layla, are actually sort of the hero sharks.
Yeah.
But they get separated after their third year, which will be involved in the storyline. And so one is growing up in the wild while the other one's growing up in captivity. So Max mentioned the dichotomy that definitely plays in with the two pups.
Yeah.
All right. We have sorry, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So we have another question from Kelly Devlin. Kelly, are you there?
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kenny.
So I've been seeing that that this is going to be a lot of different creatures that you can see. And since it's not a zoo, everything will be underwater. I'm just kind of wondering how we're going to view it. Will it be like in the Meg books where you're from a viewing room? Will it be like a tube like Terry was in when she was submersed in the water? Will it be like a submersible manta ray type thing? Just kind of curious how we're going to get to see them.
All of the above, Kelly. Everyone that you
Excellent.
named is in there.
That is so awesome. I cannot wait.
Thank you, Kelly.
And if you heard before too, there's a video game portion of this project too, so you may be driving.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see. Next up is, well, all right, he's gone. So somebody actually asked in the chat, Are you going to include mermaids? Are you going to keep it with actual species?
Well, there are two very sexy women involved in the storyline, and so they're even better than mermaids.
I'll go with that. Let's see. Let's get Laura Copeland. All right, Laura Copeland, do you have a question?
Yes. Hi. I was just curious, how many different species do you think you'll be able to include in this?
Well, there's probably close to 15 or 20, I would think, by the time the first season is over. And they're all nasty in their own way. And some are very intelligent, as a matter of fact. We'll have a giant squid that plays a big part in this storyline. And she is very intelligent.
We had a gentleman named Kenny Rudder ask, what other creatures are going to be featured? So we've seen a couple. Are there any more that we haven't talked about yet?
A lot more. We don't want to give everything away tonight. You know,
Yeah.
there'll be some surprises.
Let's just say there's going to be some things you've never seen before, things that we may have grown up with in books and in documentaries and wondered what they'd look like on the big screen.
All right, next we have Tiffany Amizquita. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Hi, Tiffany. Can you hear us? Hello? Tiffany was asking, what will the video game be like? I don't have audio, so I can't ask with audio. So she's asking about the video game, what it'll be like, what aspects of it there are, that sort of thing.
Well, the video game will parallel the web TV series where sea monsters roam, except that instead of one of the actors out to catch the creatures, you get to play the lead.
Oh, that sounds fun. How about Emiliana Webb? Emiliana, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
We can all hear you. Yep.
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Great.
Okay, I was wondering, will you offer your attractions via like virtual reality consoles? You know, like the things you put on your head?
No, you'll have the controls, but the controls will be the mouse.
Okay. How long is each animation, or do you stop it whenever you're done with it?
Animation in the video game, or animation in the visitations of the visitors?
Visitor center.
experience?
Yeah.
Well, they're actually designed to last quite a while, and we're actually going to switch them up on you without you knowing. So each segment will be its own storyline, and it will be original because you'll be in control of the 360.
Oh, it sounds absolutely wonderful, and I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Next up, we have Candace Webb. Hi, Candace. Can you hear us? Hello? Candace was asking.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hi, guys. First of all, I wanted to say really, really super excited about the project. I've been a huge fan of Steve Alten's work for a really long time, and I got my mom hooked on it too. I think she's on this call as well. Hi, Mom. I made it. I just wanted to know, can you please tell me, will the Chronosaurus be there?
I was more interested when you said, hi, Mom, why Tyler waved.
I was saying hi to her mom, too.
Oh, okay.
You recognized Tyler from SharkCon last year. Hi, Tyler.
Howdy, y'all.
And Spencer.
Hello.
Well, there will be pliosaurs and plesiosaurs. I'm not necessarily saying there'll be a chronosaur, but there will be a saur in there. Big
Okay,
one.
I'll take a Saurus.
Okay.
You'll be very happy with our marine reptiles.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Spencer, are you muted? I'm not sure we can hear you.
Oh, yes, I was. Thank you.
There you go.
So I was saying, hi, Keith. Can you tell us sort of a little bit more about what your role's been and sort of how you've been involved in developing this?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I'm more in the back seat because obviously Paul and Steve, Paul Mott and Steve Clark, I'm speaking of, are doing all the heavy lifting on all the design. They're doing a spectacular job on all the creatures. We're really blessed to have them. So my role has mostly been to check over things and make sure they fit the accuracy to what Steve, Alten, and I are hoping for. And also working on some of the behaviors and some of the movements, make sure they feel real. We're also working with whole ecosystems as well. So it's not just the star creatures we're focused on. This is a complete experience. This is going to be like nothing you've ever seen.
Yeah, Keith is so important because he lends credibility to the entire project. I mean, I'm a fiction writer, and Max is an actor and a director, and Steve and Paul are animators, but what Keith brings to it is he keeps it real, and that makes it a lot more fun for the visitor.
All right, next up we have Chris McGoughlin. Chris, did you have a question for our Sea Monster Cove cast?
I sure do. Am I muted? Can you hear me?
We can all hear you.
Okay, so this is like a silly question, but will there be any prehistoric fish found to be fed to the prehistoric creatures along with the modern day stuff?
Well, Chris, we were actually talking about feeding you to the creatures because
yeah,
when you come on here, you have to disclose that you're part of the project because we're 100% honest here.
All right,
you got to be upfront with people.
Okay, well, my name is Chris, and I'm currently one of the cinematographers in Texas for the show. I'm kind of responsible for like making sure the storyboard artists are doing their job, stuff like that. But I'm also in charge of like doing teasers for the show. I'm still waiting on my next assignment, but I'm still really glad to be part of the project.
Chris is awesome, and he doesn't just look like a dot and an oval. We're happy to have him.
But like I always thought, how cool would it be if we could find like helicoprons or helicoprions down there to be fed to the Makos, you know?
That would be
like,
amazing.
How would we make the helicoprons? Like, would we give it like the swirl bottom mouth or give it like a swirl dorsal fin? Because there's so many different reconstructions of the creature.
That's the fun part of this project is we're working in a time period or with a time period and a body of water that's never really been explored. Mm-hmm. And we're also working with creatures that have been around for over 65 million years and are just being rediscovered. And there's so much potential for evolution there. And we could go crazy with it if we really wanted to. We're trying to keep it as believable and as close to science as we can. But I think you're going to see, Chris, some of those kinds of things that you're speaking of.
Sweet. I'm excited. Excited to see like this project long term, you know? I want to see what happens when it's all the way down to December.
Okay, let's give some of the paying customers a chance to talk here.
Okay.
Chris has a habit of bogarting the mic.
We have one of our attendees, Scott Smith, whose mic is broken, asked the question, what will be the length of each episode and will they be uploaded weekly?
They'll be 22 minutes in length. There'll be 13 episodes for the first season, and they'll be uploaded every month.
All right. Next, we have Kelly Devlin. Let's see. Hi, Kelly. Would you like to ask Steve and the crew your question?
Hi, I asked earlier, but I was just wondering something else.
Okay, sorry.
You guys, I just saw recently that the winners for the t-shirt contest were announced. And so I'm assuming there's going to be a gift shop possibly. If so, is there anything else that's going to be offered in the gift shop?
It'll be, as Max says, a super cool gift shop. We'll have our own line of clothing and all sorts of posters and stuff. So yes, the answer is definitely yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Next up is another Kelly. We have Kelly Hopkins. Kelly,
Hi, Kelly.
Good.
Hi. Will the Megalodon be there?
Kelly, the Megalodon will not be there because I signed an agreement with Warner Brothers that says I'm not allowed to use Megalodons anymore. But that's why we have a super giant Mako shark, which is even nastier than a Meg.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Kelly.
Yeah.
You got a lot of Kellys involved in this project.
I know, right?
Oh.
One of them's hovering out there named Kelly Rollison.
Yeah, the best one.
I
Are
saw
you
what?
happy?
Big shout out to Kelly.
Next, we have Paige Dewitt.
So he can't have any Megalodons because he already did a movie with them. What?
What?
Hi, is Paige DeWitt there? Hello? All right, well, let's see. Let's go. I'll ask Paige's question. Paige DeWitt. Hi, Paige.
What?
Why are they showing photos?
I was just asking what all of your favorite prehistoric sharks are.
See her.
Well, I would say a tie between the Megalodon and the Black Damon Mako.
No, shouldn't be able to hear you.
Well,
I think they were.
My favorite prehistoric shark is a Parotodus benedini. It's a false Mako. It's a shark we know very little about, which was one of my inspirations for suggesting a Mako for this project. Makos are so intriguing.
Oh, that what is your favorite prehistoric shark? Can I show it to my own elementary students? Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, sorry. So we had a gentleman named Kenny Rudder ask the question, were there any creatures you wanted to include but couldn't for whatever reason?
Stop.
Well, I guess it's directed at me.
Yes.
We started off with Megalodon, but realized that we couldn't use it, but came up with something even more exciting. So it all worked out.
From there, sky's the limit.
And bottoms too, actually.
All
We go
right.
9 miles down to find our sharks.
All right, next we have Christopher Santoro. Hi, Christopher, did you have a question? Hello, oh, I'm sorry. He just said he can't. So his question is for Steve. Totally loving everything about Sea Monster Cove. A little off topic, but when can we expect the sequel book to launch? Sequel book to The Lock to be released. By the way, huge fan going back to the first Meg book, and you made me a character in the Shell game. Thanks.
Happy to oblige. The Lock Heaven's Lake is about 70% finished. I'm sort of in a holding pattern with it right now because of the pandemic. Everything had to be pushed back from a motion picture standpoint with the Lock series. And we need that announcement to drive sales in order to put the book out and make it affordable. So to answer your question, probably in late fall or early November, I hope to have the book done and printed.
So here's a question from Erica Ferenza. This is probably directed at our good buddy Keith. She wanted to know, are there anything such as a prehistoric hammerhead? Were there any?
There is actually, maybe not in this project, but there is such thing. Actually, one of the best collecting spots for prehistoric shark's teeth in the world is in Maryland, in USA, around the Calvert Cliffs region. And you can find a lot of hammerhead material there. You can also find it in Florida. And those hammerheads are between 5 and 20 million years old. Because we only get the teeth from prehistoric sharks, we're not really sure if they had evolved in any unique ways other than what we've seen in modern hammerheads. But yes, there are prehistoric hammerheads.
Nice. All right, this one is for Maxim. They want to know what other things have you directed and been in other than Steve's project?
Of course. So I've worked on different projects here in France. I have a character named Magic Jack. It's a mix between Jim Carrey and Tim Burton. So it's in a total opposite universe from this one. I also work on different movies here. One is about social discriminations. It's a sad story, and it was a big hit here in France. And what I wanted to tell you, I also directed some documentaries here about environments and animal rights, different topics like this. And also I worked a little bit about shark, how do you say, overfishing and mass extinction, but the sixth mass extinction. I worked a little bit on this too. So I'm also the voice, the French voice here of an American documentary produced by Sean Monson, and the American voice is from Joaquin Phoenix. So I'm the French voice for this documentary. The name is Earthlings, yeah, I do a lot of things, comedy, sci-fi stuff, yeah, many different things. I'm also a singer and a music composer, so I have a band, Max Rage, and I played some geek tour in USA 4 years ago. Maybe I'm gonna come back in USA and play some shows. I really hope so. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, next up is Kelly Hopkins. Hi, Kelly, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I was just wondering if it's going to be appropriate for little ones. My granddaughter, she's the one who asked the Meg question. She was all excited as soon as you said prehistoric sharks. So I just wanted to make sure, you know, she had me write it down on the calendar about the Sea Monster Cove.com. So I want to make sure that she's going to be able to play, watch, or to be involved with it, because she would really love it. I know. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Did you hear me?
Oh, I think Steve is muted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that's a great question, and the answer is yes. There's going to be a site for under 13, and there'll be a site for over 17.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, because like I said, she loves it.
I love to hear that.
And also, I've watched the Meg so many times.
Oh, yes, yes. Just to let you know, she has watched the Meg I don't know how many times. So
But you'll be able to put her on the site and not have to worry about her, and she'll be entertained for hours, and I'm sure that you'll appreciate that.
well, I'm just happy that it's educational. She's going to learn a lot too.
Absolutely, and Keith has got a big department there that she'll be able to spend hours looking at his stuff too, and education is very important to us.
All right, that's awesome. And it's $9.95. Is that for the month?
That's for the month.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
All right. Next up, we have Laura Copeland. Hi, Laura, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What question did you have for our panel?
So I was just curious, because I've watched the Meg a bajillion times as well. What are all of your opinions on the movie adaptation?
I'm going to let Max and Keith handle that first.
Keith, you want to start?
Sure. Back in '97, I'm dating myself, but not really. I was in high school in 1997, and I
Yeah,
loved.
they do have computer dating now. You don't have to date yourself. You can actually go online and find a nice
true.
woman or man. It's up to you.
Because that can be part of the interactive. So I really enjoyed the Meg. Obviously, I was a huge Jaws fan growing up. It really spoke to me because I lived on in a coastal community that was a tourism destination, so I really got that. But even with Jaws, I was missing that grit as a teenager that I really wanted to see, and sort of the unexpected science. Just the deep water exploration. And I mean, beyond Cousteau, there was very little of that at my fingertips. So I really enjoyed the book. So to flash forward 20 years or so, and to finally see it hit the big screen, and I've said big screen multiple times during this interview, I enjoyed the film. I definitely did, but I really wanted to see more of the science, and I knew that there was so much that had been left out, which is one of the reasons why when I had the opportunity to interview Steve for the In the Fighting Chair series for the Living Sharks Museum, I really wanted to talk to him about what was missing and why, which we learned why. And it excited me to work with him to see him put some of those missing components out there in a new, imaginative way, and that I could be a part of that. It's amazing. I'm really grateful.
Okay. So I think it's one of the first things we talked about with Steve at the beginning when I met you. It was about the movie, what I thought about the movie. And I've read Steve's books, and I really love his universe, and I'm very loyal to his characters and the way he describes their, how do you say, their stories. And the thing is, I really enjoyed the Meg movie for a lot of different reasons. It's entertaining. We see a beautiful Megalodon, and yeah, it's a good moment. I also loved the moments with when we talked about shark fins, for example, and killing of millions of sharks for just a soup. And but the thing is that as I told you, I'm very loyal to his universe, and I think that for me it should be more it should be darker and more violent, and that was something I really wanted. In so it's why I'm really happy here. It's because we're gonna do that in the TV series. It's gonna be more adult, more serious, and yeah, I'm very excited about that. Yeah.
Well, I will add my 2 cents in. I appreciate what Keith and Max said. They're absolutely right about a lot of things, and for me, you know, I've been through a quarter of a century of disappointments and startups and sort of a roller coaster with the movie, which was actually optioned by 3 different studios at one time. But so from a perspective of what I've been through personally, I thought the Meg movie was great. I thought they were, of all the scripts that I had seen that were not written by Steve Alten, they came the closest. At the same time, a lot of people who read the books often prefer the books, and because you can't put an entire book in a 2-hour movie. So like Max said, a 13-episode TV series, which hopefully will continue in other seasons, gives us a lot of opportunity to develop the characters and develop the characters who are also sharks. And I know that the Meg movie was designed to appeal to the family. I know the second one's going to be a lot darker because it's based on The Trench, which is a darker book. But I did enjoy the movie very much, and I think we're going to do a terrific job on the TV series as well.
Great. So on that subject, Cesar Navarro asked a question. Is Monster Cove going to focus just on prehistoric creatures exclusively, or will there be human protagonists, antagonists, and so on? So I think you talked some about that, but could you elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah, there'll be both. There'll definitely be human characters, and there will definitely be the prehistoric characters. So there'll be a nice mix of both.
Nice. All right, next up is Andrew Lakai, I believe. Let's see. Let's find Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Can you hear us?
Yeah, hi, Steve. Thank you for all your all the memories throughout the years. I really appreciate it. I was just wondering if you have any updates on the Meg 2 movie. I mean, I agree. I share your opinion on the first one, and thank you again.
They don't allow me to get involved, which is something that made this project even more valuable to me because I want to be involved. But from what I heard from my friend and producer Belle Avery, who safeguards the books, by the way, everyone is talking about the script. They think the script is amazing and very dark and very tense. So that's the only thing that I've heard, but it sounds very good.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Rachel Schreiber. I believe she had a question probably for Keith. Rachel, are you there? Rachel Schreiber? Rachel wanted to ask, is there such a thing as prehistoric blue sharks?
There is, but not very old in the fossil records. So those are creatures like the hammerheads that you won't likely see in our project. But sharks have been evolving over 400 million years. We've seen so many different species come and go. A lot of people like to say that sharks have remained relatively unchanged over the years. It's just not true. There's been so many different examples of adaptations and just different styles and lineages of sharks that have persisted and many have not.
There will be Stegocanthus. Am I saying that right, Keith? The shark with the what's it like an anvil for a dorsal fin?
It's like a comb almost.
Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of a remora. Makes us wonder how it might be used in our story.
All right, we've got time for just a couple more. Next up is Jessica Lynn Draper. Jessica Lynn, are you there? Can you hear us? Hello? Oh, let's see. Well, I will ask Jessica Lynn's question then. Jessica Lynn wanted to know, with this new series, will it shine a light on threats that sharks still face in real life, shark finning, overfishing, etc.?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
I think based on that, I think picking Maxim was a good choice. It seems like he's sort of perfect for that role then, huh?
Max is incredibly multi-talented, and I'm bragging on him because I'm delighted to be working with him. He's super cool, as we say, as he says, and let me know when when we can sort of play this episode out because I have something very special I want to share with everyone. Max's character, like Max, plays the guitar. And one of the things they train the pups about is that he plays the song Layla when they feed them, when they're young pups, so that they're conditioned to associate this song with feeding time. So I have a very special clip here of Max, who prepared himself for the role by learning how to play the song Layla.
Oh, let's hear it.
It was during the pandemia. With a very, very prehistoric guitar. So, I'm just going to tell you that, but just a rehearsal.
You've been running, hiding that strong. You know it's just your foolish pride, Layla. You got me on my knees, begging, darling, please lay down. Darling, it's your kiss, my word of mine. Trying to give you consolation. Your old man let you down. Like a fool, I fell in love with you. You turned my whole world upside down, Layla. stay down. Darling, please stay down. Darling, won't you ease my worried mind? Make the best of the situation. For a fire, go insane. Please don't stay, we'll never find a way. Tell me all my love's in vain. Lay down. Get me on my knees. Begging, darling, please.
Max seems to really be enjoying this.
Darling, won't you get my worried mind?
This guy's going to be a superstar.
Well, hey guys, I appreciate everything tonight. I think we can't end any better than that. All right, would you like to sum up? And I know the website to go forward and sign up is www.seamonstercove.com. So that's where you'll go to get all your stuff. They can go ahead and get on there and pre-sign up and get all the info, correct?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So any last words that you'd like to share with the audience before we let you go for the evening?
I appreciate you guys being there. I appreciate you reading my books, and we're going to spoil you with this website. So, but we need your help. We need you not only to sign up, but we need you to tell other people about it, because the more people who get involved, the more it allows us to give back to the project and make it even better.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you, Max, for calling it all the way in from France.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something. It's just that sometimes I'm searching my words just because I'm very tired, because here it's almost 2 a.m. and I was shooting the entire day for the TV series, and we shooted like 14 hours today. It was a very, very hard day, and we're gonna shoot the next scenes during the next 7 days. So yeah, it's why I was a little bit tired, but I'm really happy to be here, and I say to everybody, thank you so much, merci beaucoup, and I really hope you're gonna love this project too.
Well, thank you. And finally, Keith, and for everybody who enjoyed listening to Keith will be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks, Keith, and can you give us a little teaser about what they have in store Thursday?
Absolutely. So I'm the curator of Living Sharks Museum here in Westerly, Rhode Island, in our coastal community. This may be the first of its kind, where you've got shark history artifacts from all over the world. And my goal with this project is to be able to educate the public about the story of the shark and how we've impacted the lives of the sharks up until now and what we can do about it in the future. So yes, on Thursday, I hope you'll join me and learn a little bit about the Jaws effect and how sharks have been affected and how language plays a role in that, in the shark's portrayal. And I'm excited that Steve Alten shares my point of view on that as well. And so I'm also excited to be able to share some of that education on seamonstercove.com when that goes live as well. So I look forward to seeing you on Thursday.
Awesome.
And by the way, Spencer, no prehistoric animals were injured during the filming of the TV series.
That's super important. Thank you for adding that. You know, we've got a pretty adamant audience here, though. So good to know. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys being here. We will keep you updated on all the things going on in Sea Monster Cove, and definitely check it out. I think that's one of the hugest projects I've ever heard of. I mean, they're going to have the video game, the virtual reality, the web series. I mean, so the only good news is I'm assuming Steve has been, like most of us, locked up for the last 4 or 5 months, so he's had time to work a lot on this.
I've been locked up for the last 25 years. I didn't even know there was a pandemic.
So it's business as usual. Well, thank you guys. Next up, right after this, we have April Boyle coming on in just a minute or two to talk about surfing with sharks. And we thank you guys, the rest of you, Max, Keith, and Steve, and have a great night.